Honestly, I could probably talk to you for another 5 hours, Marcus, just to be real. But I wanted to, you nailed it with community, and I love speaking in the, in our community as a whole. I love, Las Vegas and how well this city and how connected it is. And when you said, legacies and just bringing back to communities and the work that we do, how far does it extend? Before we even had a chance to really connect, I was already being touched, and taught, I should say, because I love my time in the chair at the barbershop. And I mentioned earlier to you, RD Barber, he's my barber here. Yes. And man, and obviously the impact you've made on him is magnificent, because when he speaks about you, it's with grand respect. And for me, that is legacy, and it's happening all around you, whether in your community or, extended, even to when I'm sitting. I tell you, man, I go Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. RD and I'll have a coffee. He, cuts my hair, and sure enough, man, the words that he speaks into his clients and specifically the time that I have with him, extreme gratitude. And I believe that it sparked from a gentleman like you. So, kudos to you, man. Yeah. And I'm with gratitude because now I work with somebody on, in the same trade, and he's cutting my hair and obviously teaching incredible lessons to the folks coming through his shop as a result of being taught by you.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Real good guy.
What you don't know is that Marcus, people are lucky because they never wanted the barber college in the state. Marcus had to go out of state. Marcus lived he had commuted. Tell us about what it took for you to become a barber, because it wasn't easy for you.
Well, back in the late 90s, or before the 90s, Las Vegas didn't have, the state of Nevada didn't have a barber school. So every barber had to travel outside of state to actually go to barber school. But it didn't break us. It made us. It made us stronger because we had to go out and go get it. We just couldn't go around the corner. That's why I say my students now, they privileged. They get to get out the bed, and the worst thing they complain about is traffic on the 15th.
Yeah.
That's the biggest. Now
But tell them where you went to school.
I had to go to school all the way and catch an airplane and get my car shipped down there to San Antonio, Texas, where I started at. I actually was going to Austin, going to barber school in Austin, because my sister was getting ready to go to law school in Austin, and then so we was gonna stay together. So me and her did a transition in life that we both was like restarting another career, so we was going back to school. So we're gonna work together, sister and brother. So she was going to law school at UT Law, and I was going to the barber school in Austin. We was sharing an apartment together. And then I was told, hey, they have a barber school in San Antonio, a pretty good guy down there. I went down there to visit him, and I said, wow. And I went to visit him. It was an hour away. And I went to visit him, and the guy talked to me like as he was my father. The same way I'm talking to you guys, the guy was talking to me, and I'm like, wow, this the school I want to be in right here. I need that talk. I need this right here. And this is Mr. Williams Barber College down in San Antonio, thank you for it. And all the friends in the brotherhood and the sisterhood and the people I met in San Antonio during the time that the transitioning when I was down there, moving down there, going to school for we stayed down there for a year. And it was tough and it was rough, man, because we was running low on money and things, but it really was getting me prepared for today. Like I said, you have to break down. So it broke me down. So usually I was spending $20 on food and this, that, and other. I had to break down to spending $5 on food because I had to preserve my stash or whatever you want to call it, or whatever I had set aside to go to school because I wasn't working and I wasn't in the streets no more. I gave the streets up. I went cold turkey on the streets. I said, you know what? I'm not doing the streets no more. I'm just going to change my life. I'm just going to be a barber. And everybody, you ain't going to, you'll be back here. You'll be back in the streets. And people was actually calling me while I was in barber school talking, hey, man, what's up, man? What's up? Man, you ready? No, brother, I'm in barber school. Man. I'm done, man. I'm done. You're not done, man. Come on, man. I said, no, I'm done with the streets, man. I'm changing my life. But you see, God can say, I can give it to you. But what you going to do with it? That's the main thing. I can give it to you, but what you going to do with it?
Takes action.
Takes action. Everybody keeps saying that they waiting on God, but God give it to you. It's right there in front of you. He give you health and strength to do the moves that you need to make, and you won't make the moves. You waiting on God. So you want God to come down here and just do it for you and say, oh, thank you, God. No, it ain't going to work like that.
Yeah.
You got to have some work with it. It's everything you have to start with a seed. Everything start with a seed. And the thing is, when you plant a seed, you don't go the next day and look for fruit.
Takes time.
Water it takes time. You got to water it. You got to fertilize it. You got to see out there, and then a little old leaf might come out the ground. You say, oh, there it go. But you still can't pick no fruit. You can go next a couple more seasons and still don't get nothing from it. And that's the same thing we do in life. We have to wait for that little seed to grow into a branch and then go into a tree and then bear fruit a year or two later, depending on what fruit it is, and then we can go pick from that tree.